I could have made this a spoiler review, but I think this needs to be as an overall topic that could stand the test of time. Now, Blue Beetle, I feel like, is the last straw. I don't know if the Aquaman sequel is coming out this year. We have a fucking strike. But I've been going over comic book stuff for like 33 plus years, okay? Starting the original Superman movie and its damn sequels, the original Batman '89 movie and all of its sequels. You know who I'm talking about, Joel Schumacher. The X-Men movies, Spider-Man movies, Blade, Fantastic Four. Haven't really found one yet that was worth a damn, but at least the first one was probably the best. Some of the hit TV shows like Smallville, The Human Target, like classics like the original George Reeves Superman, the 20 or 30 MCU movies, all the DC Universe animated movies, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and then the DCEU. I mean, so many of them, not as many as Marvel's. By the way, Justice League. I saw for $5 at Target. Can you believe that? For $5 you can get this version. What a steal, right? The video games, board games, and all the stacks of comic books you could ever ask for, going back 80 years, 90 years, standalone one-shots or crossovers, or even like ongoing series like Injustice. And I guess that's the real issue at the end is like, you look at all these things that I've shown you, all these things, interactive games, VR, um, and that's the problem with Blue Beetle. It's just it it is the Mexican superhero movie. There aren't a lot of those, okay, unless they're in Spanish. Now, what was good is that I saw Felipe Esparza, who, if you remember, and this is not on TikTok. I did post this on YouTube. My fucked up Friday night adventure, where I went to go to the comedy. What is it? The Iceberg Lounge or the Ice House. The Ice House way up there, the Ice House, okay, in Hollywood, I think. And I saw Felipe Esparza on stage, and he kind of pointed me out. And he was in the movie for like about what, 10 seconds or less. I mean, you know. So, as far as this movie is, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's just, and you look back at all the stuff I've shown you, all these things. I had to show you all this stuff to show you. Because when I was a kid, okay, being that naive kid, and I would have almost none of that. The stuff that I show you would come way later. Because what did I have back then? Maybe a couple of toys, action figures, Secret Wars, Superpowers Team, Masters of the Universe toys, right? He-Man, Skeletor, or comic books. But my sister had more comic books than me, okay? There is Jamie Reyes in his cool suit, which was bonded to him. I found interesting, though. I will admit that I like that he transformed into the Blue Beetle in front of his family. But that was in the trailers. That's not much of a spoiler, is it? So his family knows. And you got the grandma who can shoot because she was a revolutionary in some made-up war or whatever. I don't know. It just, everything felt tacked on like I've seen it before. Like whatever the whitest of white people, whether they're Irish white, Polish white, German white, Swedish white, French white, British white, whatever white you are, okay? If you're a white dude and you're American also, you have this perspective of Mexicans, like little Miguel. Like there's little Miguel who's trying to save his mom, but little Miguel becomes this big bad guy who looks like Danny Trejo's more serious brother. And he wears that red armor that you see. It looks like the red armor you saw from like the Crimson Warrior or Crimson Dynamo from Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 1. It has like this whole Iron Man meets Spider-Man mesh, okay? And I remember Jamie Reyes from his original run. I remember Ted Kord. Now it's obviously you got Bradley Cooper. No, Bradley Cooper? No, there's no Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper is not a character in this. I mean, it would have been interesting if Bradley Cooper was Ted Kord somehow, and he because there is a Ted Kord at the end of the movie, but it's not Bradley. I don't know who it is because it doesn't fucking matter because they're rebooting it. Do you remember when Green Lantern was supposed to be the start of the DCEU, but it didn't work out too well, so they had to go to Zack Snyder and Man of Steel, and that was the beginnings of all that. Um, but there were not many. My sister had a large a collection of comics where I had a very minuscule. I think the only comic books I had were Alf comics. Alf, not just in Pog form, but in comic book form. Alf, okay, and just whatever movies I were on the shelf in VHS, whether they were Star Trek, Star Trek Two, Star Trek Three, Star Trek Four, or the Batman '89. And you had what is it? The Christopher Reeve Superman, Super Friends cartoons. Okay, you all know what my collection was limited because now the difference between 1985 and 2024 or 2023 is like just 40 years, almost 40 years of memorabilia, of access. Because all the stuff I showed you didn't happen till way later. All that stuff. He's got his non-violent attitude because he's not going to kill. So he's got these sonic vibrators instead. This is where he tells Crimson Dynamo, or OMAC, actually, the OMAC soldier, that he has a choice to make. He can do the right thing. How many times have we seen this? Every cliche that happens, okay? Because of Susan Sarandon, the evil wife of Ted Gloria Cord, if she wanted to protect the scarab that turns Jamie into the Blue Beetle, she would have had it locked up in a secret place that, she wouldn't have had it there where her daughter could just easily take it. It was so corny, right? It was so ridiculous. And you got the family. There were very Mexican things in there, music, but it's a very Olvera Street looking Mexican community. And you look at my community, it looks like shit on a stick. Okay, sorry to tell you, shit on a stick. So yeah, white people think of Little Miguel or Little was it Susan Sarandon, Gloria Cord calls it. Another Sanchez to work. Everybody's racist. You got the blonde receptionist who's like, "Oh yeah, the if you're a flower delivery guy, it's down the basement." It's like everybody's a racist and shit. But that's stereotypes, And I do understand that happens to some people. I don't look. If you ever see my face, I don't look like the fucking hired help. I will fucking point it out. Maybe that happens to Ivan Ortega. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But or other Joe. But never happened to me. We don't. I don't go looking like I need fucking to go and deliver flowers and shit. Yeah, this is the scene where everybody's like, "Hi May, hi May, hi May," and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What can be done? What can be done or said about it? But there it is. There's a Jaime scene. Everybody, the dad dies, and it's like he always. But when he was alive, he would say, "We're a family. Nosotros son familia. We pull together. We'll make it through somehow." And he just says the same shit. So I don't miss the dad, but I would. It would be funnier if George Lopez was gone. Uncle Reyes, whatever it is, Theo Reyes, whatever he is. Okay. Theo Rick, whatever the fuck he's supposed to play. You got the mom who didn't do much, but is the mom. You got the grandma who was a revolutionary in some made-up war that white people thought exists. There's no revolutionary war. There's drug cartels. There's people that steal people's kidneys in the dark, and there's drug dealings going on and shootings, and there's some bullshit. That's why people try to flee the country as fast as they can. That's how it is. If you're gonna leave, just leave without. There's so much going on with trafficking and kids in cages, but that's a whole other thing. Let's see Blue Beetle rescue them. I don't think Blue Beetle's gonna do that. Anyway, here's his automatic weapons. Now, I do understand the comparison to Beetleborg. That's to happen. That's to be expected. Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on. So here he is again, and here he is again, and of course, what is the future of Blue Beetle versus Netflix and Disney Plus and Max? I don't know. Stream it anywhere. Maybe he'll get shuffled around if the movie's that bad, right? There he is there. I think I heard that he was in Cobra Kai. Don't know. But he always looks like the Mexican from 1970, right? 1975, da 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 da. Somebody will make a 70s trailer. Jamie Reyes is going to become the Blue Beetle when a scarab touched his body. Da 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 da. And what is that theme music? Uh, the theme music is like da 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 na na. But it's not the Empire theme from Star Wars. Um, I like the Black Adam a little more. Da 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 da. All right. Is this a backpack? I don't know what that is. It looks like a fucking backpack. That is not. When I went to Cinepolis, they didn't have anything like this. They just had buckets and cups. I didn't buy that. I would only buy it if it had something really cool, but nothing like that. There's Ted Cord. There's Jamie Reyes, and you see that dynamic shift because in the Injustice universe, Ted Cord died in Infinite Crisis, but in the Injustice universe, he was dying, but he was sent to the future with his boyfriend Booster Gold. You know, it would have been cool to see like maybe Will Arnett as Booster Gold. Will Arnett as Booster Gold would have worked perfectly because he did the voice of Lego Batman. Like, yeah, I'm from the future, and he's like, who are you, man? Who are you? What are you supposed? He's from the government, man. No, I'm from the future. I'm Booster Gold. Bam, cut to black. Okay, we would have seen Booster Gold and cut to black. No Booster Gold, no Henry Cavill's Superman, except they talk about Superman and Batman and Flash. But like, which one? Michael Keaton Batman or which one? Christopher Reeve? I don't know. So many things. Is that the director? I don't know. I don't know who that is. Could be one of the actors. There's the villain. There's the villain here who plays Oback. I like the actor, but it's just I don't know. It's just they have a fight in this parking lot. They have a fight here and there. Eventually, like okay, so the daughter of Gloria Cord of Susan Sarandon, there's a kissing moment, but of course, George Lopez has to interrupt the kissing moment because how many times have you seen this in every movie? How many cliches? Now, the best part about the movie, I think, was Ted Cord's Beetle Cave, I guess, where he had his famous airship. It felt tacked on because as cool as it was, and there's a scene where she's looking at a statue with pillows by the crotch. Does anybody understand? I don't read Blue Beetle comic books. Does anybody understand the reference to the pillows on the one statue? I don't know what that means. I see the other statues of the classic costumes, but not this one. So whatever that is, and there's Jamie again. There's the logo. You know, this was the last original superhero movie, and it may be the last for a while. I'm gonna have to figure out how to wrap up my Middleman story, since that's a fan film, but kind of part of all this. Because Aquaman, who knows? And then by this time they'll have Joker 2, and then they're gonna have the new uh, DCU. But Warner Brothers does not care because Barbie's making them money. Barbie is making them fucking money. So as we look at these scenes here, he comes to an epiphany. There's Ted Cord. I think that's Maxwell Lord. I think this is the part. I have this one. Uh, I don't know where that comic book is. I have to really go and look for it. But it's the comic book where he dies. And I don't know if that's worth any money. I'm going to have to go look it up on eBay. But that's where he confronts Maxwell Lord. So the whole Beetle Cave felt tacked on because unlike the Mark of Zorro or the Mask of Zorro or Batman Beyond or Batgirl, because I guarantee you, if that Batgirl movie had come out, because we kind of got a hint of it in the Flash movie, we would have had that passing the torch from leader to apprentice, but we don't get that. We don't really get that very often. And we didn't get that here because there's no Ted Cord. There's no Bradley Cooper or, God, think of anybody else. Liam Hemsworth, or somebody who could play the white dude with the square jaw, right? And he's that guy. Could be Aaron. You could have Aaron Eckhart be Ted Cord. Why not? I mean, the Aaron Eckhart, Two-Face. He could. I mean, the Nolan verse is gone basically. There's the sword again. There he is, and the bug transforms him horribly. It's Bane! And there's Blue Beetle. More of this. Is that the action figure? Or that's DC Universe Online? That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's scenes like this in the movie. There's the original. This is the original costume that we do see in the Beetle Cave, and I'm trying to figure out where I should end this. There's more posters. Look at this. Look at all these. Look at all these actors and people. Is this gonna be yeah, another promotional poster? Uh, 30 million. I don't think so. I don't think so because Barbie's gonna keep on making that money. So for them, it's a loss leader. You know, it's actually it's change for Warner Brothers. They can make that change. So should we end it on that? There's Superman. No Superman. There he is. This is what. So he has a much like Spider-Man's costume. He had like what is it? Jennifer Connelly like as the computer talking to Spider-Man. And here it's the same thing. Like oh, we don't kill. Oh, the Power Glove. So Jamie has a sister, and so there's all this armory in Ted Cord's Beetle ship, where uh, fucking George Lopez is driving the ship. This is the thing about the family, okay? Everybody's thinking of Jamie all the time, which is a very sitcom way to look at Mexican families, which is fake as shit. And even the grandma's got a candle waving in front of Jamie's graduation photo. It's just so cliche. But then they find this Power Glove. And it looks like a reproduction of the Nintendo Power Glove and not the actual thing. And so the sister uses it as a shield and laser shooter, whatever the fuck it is. It's so stupid. What is that? That's Rebirth. There's more shooting, more stuff, more scenes. This is that's James Gunn says it's going to be part of the universe. I'm like, I don't know about that. Oh yeah, this is where Omac, the guy that lost his mother in a nuclear war, and Susan Sarandon groomed him because she could do that. This is where he turns into Blue Beetle and knocks him out because he's gonna kill them both. Um, so many scenes in here. I'm just looking through all this. Like I'm fatigued now, but I think exclusives. Oh, there. Now this is the guy that gets himself killed. Here's Omac, right? Here's Susan Sarandon. This is the beginning of the movie where they find the scarab. I would have thought Ted Cord would have hidden that scarab somewhere better. Like it's just in a place where she happens to find it, which wouldn't have taken that long, and you wouldn't need that many people. The plot holes everywhere. And Ted Cord or Susan Sarandon, Gloria Cord would not have put the scarab away so foolishly with like no security guards and one dumbass guy Sanchez, even though he says his name is not Sanchez, his name is Mario Bolimo Villarreal, because all white people think, and even the director thinks that all Mexicans have 8 names and shit. Oh jeez, I fucking hate this shit. Fucking hate this shit. There he is again. God, where do I end it? There's so many pictures. Does that make a 3D image? Does that make a 3D image? Pretend it's a 3D image, but there's Blue Beetle, more. Oh, there's endless stuff. Okay, let's just stop it here because it's getting late. Let's put it there. So I still give it a C. It's not as good as Spider-Man Lotus, and that movie was tiring me the fuck out. I think I've reached the end of my wanting to watch these movies. Now, there's another movie that looks like a video game plot without the video game in September. I don't know if I'm going to go see that. But I think the formal superhero costume movie is done for me. I think I'm done with it. Now, I'm open to a Masters of the Universe movie if it's good. I'm open to a Star Trek Prodigy movie or Star Trek. Star Wars, I do not fucking know, and I'm not going to care at this time. They said Marvel will go back to movies. Probably so, because the streaming services ain't helping worth a damn. Can't be helped. But yeah, that's it. I'm just fucking done. I'm fucking done with it. And I hope you're done with it too. So fuck this. I'll buy it on DVD, and that'll round it all out. I'll have the only movie I did not buy on DVD was the Suicide Squad with James Gunn, and I don't care for super. And I promised somebody on TikTok that I would not watch it, and I hope he's listening, because I'm telling you, I'm just not going to go see it. All right, that's it. Piss off. I got another video to post.